No better way to celebrate that Seahawks win than subbing for Dubs here on Seahawks Today. We're closing in on our next milestone of 60,500 subscribers, just over 20 away from reaching that next mark. We had a great time on our watch party yesterday, but you better believe the party continues as the run of the playoffs is on right here on the channel. We'll continue to bring you our daily news and rumors, our live shows every Wednesday, watch parties on game days, Q&A mailbags, breaking news, and more, all right here on your one-stop shop for all things Seahawks. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/Seahawks TV, and we'll get started with today's show. How about that, folks? What a win for your Seattle Seahawks yesterday. A statement victory. Where are the haters at now? Seahawks on a 4-game winning streak since the bye week. And how about this? What they've done on the road as well. 5-1 this season in those road contests. We are going to give you our final takeaways from the Seahawks win over the Arizona Cardinals, as I believe that Sunday's performance was the most impressive win from the Seahawks yet. And what have I been telling you over the last few weeks, folks? That I felt like this team would hit their stride after the bye week, that their best football was still ahead of them. And now we're starting to see this team really clicking at the right time. Let's start with the offensive line. And I got to tell you, I think what we saw on Sunday was the best showing yet we've seen from Seattle's offensive line. And what do you know? You give Geno time to throw the football, give him a clean pocket, and he puts together a completion percentage of 80%. You have time to actually run the football, and we see the Seahawks run game, the best it's looked all season, even without Kenneth Walker III involved. To me, that starts with the offensive line. Mike Macdonald said he gave the game ball to the offensive line, and they delivered. Let's start with the quarterback situation. Let's give you some chat stats on this. Geno yesterday was pressured on about 17% of his dropbacks. Very good number, right? Just 5 of 30 dropbacks he was under pressure. That was the lowest rate, folks, he has faced since joining the Seattle Seahawks. That was the best job the offensive line has done protecting Geno Smith in his entire tenure in Seattle. That is huge for the Seahawks offensive line. Geno had this to say after the performance. I thought they played phenomenal. The way they played, we can win every game we play. I think our offensive line is only going to get better. We have some young guys out there who are stepping up and stepping in and stepping up. They've got to keep it up. They set the standard, so they've got to keep it up. And if you look at the grades, according to Pro Football Focus yesterday, you'd see Laken Tomlinson, the highest graded offensive lineman, with a 74.6 offensive grade, a 76.6 pass block grade, and a 70.2 run block grade. Lumea, numbers much better from what they were a week prior. I told you on this show that I thought that PFF wasn't necessarily too fair to him with the low grades that he had, because I thought he held up in pass pro very well a week ago. The numbers took a big jump this week. 55.5 offensive grade, 60.7 pass block grade, 40.5 run block grade. Charles Cross, solid across the board with his numbers that he put together. 60 offensive grade, 78.8 pass block grade, 68.2 run block grade. Not the best day for Abraham Lucas, but hey, Geno didn't get sacked. So the offensive line did their part and then some. If we get these performances from this group every single week, you would be thrilled with that. You can live with that. You can work with these type of performances if Seattle can keep this up. Mike Macdonald on the Seahawks offensive line said, it's great to go 2 games in a row with the same 5 guys. Anytime you have continuity and you can stack reps, that's important. Now, sometimes you have to make necessary adjustments, or guys go down and guys have to step, which has happened throughout the season. But it's been great to get 2 weeks in a row where the same 5 guys are out there and they can build off these performances. If you love that Seahawks win over the Cardinals, spam W in the comments section. I want to see at least 300 Ws. Show up, show out, let the world know Seahawks are here to play, folks. And I'm already hearing some whispers about Super Bowl contender. We'll tamper those expectations just a bit. But nonetheless, a lot of reason to be excited right now. First place, 4-game winning streak, 8-5. Let's go. Spam W in the comments section. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time is the place to go for the best seats, the lowest prices guaranteed. Whether you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more, Game Time has got you covered, including tickets to see your Seattle Seahawks. Big game coming up on Sunday night against the Packers. You got to be there, folks. And here's what you got to do with Game Time. You choose the event you want to go to, like, let's say, Sunday night, and then you choose your seat with their seat views, get the visual, check it out, see if you like that seat or not with their 3D effect. And then you're checking out on Game Time with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. You might stumble upon a super deal. If you see a super deal, that's going to be a deal you don't want to pass up on. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Game Time, proud partner of Seahawks Today. All right, let's talk about the run game now. And even without K9, the run game looked fantastic. This was the best we've seen the rushing effort from Seattle all season long. And credit where credit's due to Zach Charbonnet. A lot of people had written this guy off. I'd been telling you, Zach Charbonnet is more than capable. The offensive line just has to give him a little bit to work with. And I got to say, what we saw from Zach Charbonnet was even beyond the offensive line play. The offensive line did their part, but then Zach Charbonnet took it a whole nother notch. Get this, folks. Charbonnet yesterday had 91 rushing yards after contact against the Cardinals. That's the most by any player in the NFL this season for yards after contact. He was just on another level. So many missed tackles from the Arizona Cardinals. The Ricky Bobby shake and bake that he was doing all day long. Just a brilliant performance from Zach Charbonnet. And now when you get Kenneth Walker back and the offensive line is starting to click now, watch out. What have we been saying on this show? Run the damn ball. And the Seahawks, they ran the damn ball yesterday and did so effectively. Mike Macdonald had this to say on Charbonnet. It's tough to tackle that guy in the open field. He's got speed and power. Simple as that. And boy, did he deliver. 134 yards, 2 touchdowns, had that 51-yard touchdown score. I want to see more of Zach Charbonnet. And that doesn't mean that I want him to take K9's job by any stretch of the imagination. But 2 is better than 1. Strength in numbers here. You got other options. You got to find ways to use both these guys effectively. Kenny McIntosh as well. I liked what I saw from McIntosh as a part of that equation. Macdonald had this to say on the Seahawks running backs. Ken is obviously a dynamic back, and we would have loved to have him. But so is Zach, and Kenny McIntosh has proved that he can run the ball effectively as well. We didn't feel like we needed to make any adjustments. The run game was fantastic. And I got to tell you, I'm excited. And credit to Ryan Grubb, too. What have we said about Ryan Grubb? That he was way too pass happy, that, hey, this isn't the Pac-12 anymore where you throw it 40 and 50 times a game. That's not when you're going to be at your best. You have to establish the run and commit to the run game. And it took some time for Ryan Grubb to figure that out, which, granted, he's a former college coach, first time coaching the NFL. Those things are going to take time. But Ryan Grubb adjusted, and now we're seeing success in the run game, complementing the passing game. And Geno playing a very good game with not having to do as much with the run game doing its part. That's great stuff. Better running back right now after yesterday's performance. Do you think it's Zach or do you think it's K9? Type K9 for Kenneth Walker III. Type Zach for Zach Charbonnet. Write in the comment section and let us know. My last takeaway from yesterday's win, the defense is just dialed in. All right? This has been a totally different unit for the Seattle Seahawks since the addition of Ernest Jones IV and since the bye week. They have really upped it up a whole nother notch. And you look at the defensive rankings, comparing weeks 1 through 8 versus weeks 9 through 14. Let's start with the run defense, which has taken a huge step up. They went from the 26th ranked run defense in weeks 1 through 8. If you rank them just weeks 9 through 14, the Seahawks run defense is ranked 3rd in the NFL. And that's not all, folks. You look at the pass defense, 17th in weeks 1 through 8, 9 through 14th, 5th in the NFL. Overall, it even gets better. 21st in weeks 1 through 8, weeks 9 through 14, 2nd-ranked defense. This defense is emerging. They're coming along. And it's not just Ernest Jones either, as good as he was, and great to see him get the interception yesterday. But I got to talk about Coby Bryant. I'm going to let you hear from him in just a moment. But think about Coby, right? Rayshawn Jenkins goes down. They turn to Coby Bryant, and he's answered the call, and he had a great game yesterday. He's been on such a great run and been a difference maker. I have loved what I've seen from Coby Bryant, and he's really kicked it into gear and been a nice match to play alongside Julian Love. Coby said this yesterday on the Seahawks defense. We're playing how we're supposed to, but we've just got to keep going. We've got a big one next week. He's already talking about that Packer game, and we'll just keep playing our style of football. And as we said before, this thing was going to take time with the defense, right? I go back to Mike Macdonald's first year with the Baltimore Ravens as their defensive coordinator, and they had some rough outings initially. Gave up 40-plus points to the Miami Dolphins. You had Rex Ryan call out Mike Macdonald and said this young hotshot defensive coordinator doesn't know what he's doing. And then the Ravens defense finished strong. And then the Ravens had arguably the best defense in football last year. Now, after some peaks and valleys from this defense in 2024, they are looking like one of the best defenses in football. Drastically improved. And guys like Coby Bryant, who you're seeing on your screen here, have taken that step forward with what Mike Macdonald is coaching up at these guys and scheming them, putting them into positions to succeed. It's a brilliant job by what Mike Mack has done with this defense from what they were at previously. Do you believe in this Seahawks defense? Are you all in? I'm all in. What do you guys think? Type B for believe, D for don't. Weigh in, let us know. Thanks for joining us here on this edition of Seahawks Today. For continuing Seahawks coverage, subscribe now. Sub for Dubs, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. I'm Tyler Jones. We'll see you next time.